Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about the today I'm going to be talking about my prediction for the 2020 election if it's down between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. Donald Trump, the US president, and Joe Biden, the former vice president of the United States. So first of all, let's fill in all the states that are safe for Trump. Uh, Obviously, the one district in Nebraska is going to be a toss-up, but everything else in Nebraska, well, actually, I'll leave that be for right now. Nebraska is not going to be like that. And then Alaska or Nebraska, sorry. And then let's fill in everything that Biden is going to get. No questions asked. I know you may be shocked to see Biden get his home state of Delaware. But yeah, so let's see. I may have filled in the wrong districts. I apologize. And then Biden gets Illinois. So let's fill in the... Oh, and obviously Biden gets Hawaii. Almost forgot about that. So let's fill in the rest of the map here. So first of all, I think Texas is likely to go for Donald Trump. The demographics still very much favor the Republicans. I think that Donald Trump probably going to get it. I think that there's just too many rural areas for Biden to overcome in the state of Texas. I actually think Joe Biden would have a hard time getting that one district in Nebraska. I don't think it would be impossible, but I think it would. I do think it would be hard, so I'm going to give that district. I'm going to say that's leaning in Donald Trump's favor. Iowa will come back to. Right now, I think Colorado very likely to go to Joe Biden. Colorado is just going in a more leftist direction. The state seems to be just taking a turn more to the left. Same thing with New Mexico. I think that's headed for the left. Arizona, still think that that's leaning in the Republican column, I think because of precedent. Nevada has been going in a more Democratic direction. Not out of the question that Donald Trump could flip that, but I think that it's more likely than not that Joe Biden gets it. Iowa is either lean or likely Trump. I guess lean Trump. Ohio, I think, is likely Trump. Definitely a likely Trump. I think Minnesota is either lean or tilt Biden. It is going in a more Republican direction, and in a year that Donald Trump does really well, might come close for Trump, but I'm going to leave it as lean in the Democratic column. I also think that Michigan is lean Democratic. I just think that that's going to be harder for Trump to get. Not sure about Maine, but going over to Wisconsin, Trump is very good at getting his base to turn out. And I think if Trump gets his base to turn out, I think he will win Wisconsin narrowly, but I still think he'll win it. Same thing with Pennsylvania, because that's one thing Joe Biden can't do, is he can't get his base to turn out. And while we're on the topic, I think New Hampshire would be tilting in that column as well. I do think Donald Trump, the 2nd district, is going to go to Donald Trump. I think in spite of turnout, however, Biden's probably going to get the at-large. So I'll just put Maine's at-large in the tilt Democratic bin. Virginia very likely to go to Joe Biden. I don't see much of a way it flips. New Hampshire, I think that's in the lean Trump bin. Or is it lean or is it likely? First of all, I'm actually going to put Arizona in the tilt. I do think it's going to be a close race. I'll leave it as lean right now, but I'll come back to it. Actually, because of the infrastructure Republicans have here, I'll say it's lean for right now. Georgia, I think, is probably lean, maybe likely, which would mean it all comes down to Florida, and frankly, Donald Trump just does a better job with his base out in Florida. A lot of the panhandle in Florida is very conservative, so I'm going to say that Donald Trump gets Florida. So this leaves Donald Trump at 294 electoral votes. It leaves Joe Biden at 244 electoral votes, which would make Donald Trump the president of the United States for another 4 years. My reasoning is essentially, many people probably are going to disagree with me on this, but I do think that ultimately Joe Biden is going to be tarnished by the current scandal. Some people might say Donald Trump is going to be tarnished by it as well. But I think the problem is just the way that Joe Biden has handled it. Especially with his son, I think is definitely going to hurt him. But the other thing with Biden is just that he's a terrible candidate. The man is, he's old, he's disoriented, but most of all, he can't turn out the base. And I believe turnout is the most important thing in an election. And Biden is really trying to sell this return to the status quo message. And I just don't think that's going to sell with voters. And for that reason, I just don't see Joe Biden making it to the finish line. So for that reason, I'm going to say Donald Trump carries this one home for another 4 years. So let me know what you guys think. Do you believe Donald Trump would beat Joe Biden? Do you agree with me? Or do you think Joe Biden would actually beat Donald Trump? Tell me in the comment section below why you agree or disagree with my prediction. Thanks. Bye.